I smoked the toad, and the toad was so interesting because I understand the process of dying.
Yeah.
And when you take the toad, you go through that process. And when you come back from that, I guess, the closest process you've been with dying, you realize that you start crying because this is a downer.
Life is a downer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mike.
Yeah, you didn't feel that before,
That was dark. You just went deep dark on me.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Hotboxin. I'm Bash.
And I'm Mike Tyson, and we got...
Hey! Angie Martinez.
So let's do this.
In the box.
In the building.
In the building.
How you doing, sister?
I'm amazing. Hello.
Hello.
I have to agree.
Good to meet you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Anytime I get to be in Mike's presence, it's like a good day.
Yeah. Ball of energy.
For real, I love you, Mike. You know that.
Thank you very much. We wanted to know, listen, what part of Brooklyn you grew up in?
Oh, man. Well,
I guess you've been around.
Yes. Well, my family is from Washington Heights in the Bronx, right? So me and my mother went when I was 8 years old. We moved to this tiny little, like, 4-block area in Brooklyn called Beach Haven, which is right outside of Coney Island.
Yes.
So, like, last stop on the F train, all the way deep in Coney Island.
Yes,
I mean,
very
in
deep.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And
it's
then,
very deep, Coney Island.
and I lived there till I was 16, 17. So that's where, I went to Dewey. I went to, where did you go?
I didn't go to school. I robbed people.
Oh, I remember.
I didn't go to
I
school.
do know that. I do know that about you, Mike.
I didn't go to school. I went straight to the bank.
But never ever. But at some point you went to school. You went to elementary school.
Well, I went to school. I stayed in the principal's office. So I basically left school, only came to school to eat lunch, and then I left again, pickpockets and robbing houses. That's what it was like. That was my life was like.
I had a different life, a little bit different.
Well, listen, I didn't want to stay on the fence.
And then you found boxing.
Yeah, when I was 12. So
Wow.
I had a great criminal career till I was 12.
And that's when it all fell apart.
Yeah. I lost my street rep at 12.
Well, speaking of at that age, at 16, that's when you got into radio, right? Is that correct?
Yes, so I was I could curse, right?
Yeah.
Curse.
So I was fucking up in school, and I was, I wasn't robbing or pickpocketing people, but I was definitely not going to school. I was definitely going to parties in Bushwick and whatever.
House parties, hooky parties,
smoking weed. Like, I just doing all the wrong things. And playing handball. I be at the school, outside playing handball. I just want to go inside the school.
The same way, I'm at school playing games and stuff. Scully or whatever, then I go in there, eat lunch.
Scully, I was nice at Scully.
Get out of here.
Of course I was. I would have scratches on my face.
How did your top look?
Oh, I don't. We do the wax.
I had the baddest wax, and since I had colors, I put oh, man.
That was so long ago.
Boom.
When was the last time you played? We should have did that today.
Oh, God, I break my back bending down.
Anyway, so I was, they finally called the school. I went to Dewey in Brooklyn, and they were like, she's not gonna make it like next. We don't want her back.
Oh yeah, they should know what they were
And
talking
so my mother,
about.
she's a single mom. We're in it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but barely. It was like a studio apartment in Brooklyn, me and her. And she came home from work one day early because the school called, and I was in the house drinking 40 ounces of Old English with like 20 friends. And she was like, "You're going to Florida with your aunt." So I went to Florida, and when I was there, I was bored.
Yeah.
So I got a job. I got an internship at the radio station, and then that was it for me. So 16 to 18, I was in Miami. Then I moved back to New York at 18, and I started at Hot 97 as an intern.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I grew up there. So that was my college. That was my, I grew up I grew up at the radio station and then on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, you are the voice of New York. I mean,
So the crazy thing is when people come to me, "Yo, I grew up on you." And I'm like, "Bitch, you are older than me." What do you mean you grew up on me? Don't disrespect me like I'm your old elder. You're my elder.
You gotta check them real quick. Let them know what's up. You gotta let them know what's up.
But people did grow up with me, so they feel like, you know what I
They
mean?
said, "Hey, my grandfather loved you," and every time when he was young, 4 o'clock in the morning, Israel, we're looking for you. Yeah. I said, "No, we watch your fight at 4 o'clock in Israel. Your fight is like 3 in the morning."
Well, it's amazing, honestly. And also, you being in the Radio Hall of Fame, I mean,
wow, congratulations.
You want to talk
Thanks,
about
man.
that? Like that accomplishment, how does that feel?
You know what's weird? I wonder this about you, Mike, because my whole career, I never really cared about awards. I almost don't like them because I don't like giving a speech. I get embarrassed.
Go ahead.
I just feel like people, I look at the room normally. If I'm getting an award, I'm looking around and it's like, I don't know who these people are. I don't feel, I love people who rock with me.
I'm the same way, but.
People who really listen to me, really know me. I love y'all, appreciate you. But when I'm in a room full of like strangers and they're giving me an award, it just feels weird.
Ooh, baby, just like you, but that's a form of, us not liking ourselves that much.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Listen, not wanting to accept all our awards that we deserve. Awards is putting in that hard work. I used to break all my awards too. Then I found out the awards are putting in all that hard work.
It is, but like, so what does it mean if you don't get the award? You're not good enough?
No.
So it's like the award can't validate you because...
No, it can't validate, but when you win the award, you should respect the award. I used to break all my awards too.
I'm learning that now. I'm learning that now. So the Hall of Fame came around, and the first time they put me in, the people have to vote, and it was like everybody was campaigning for all these people. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not campaigning, and then so I've never got in. Many years I didn't get in. Then I went to this school for broadcasting. It was a lot of like little, brown and black kids in the class. They were all happy to see me. We had great conversation. I love to see people want to come up trying to do what I do. It's dope. Then I looked at the wall and they had the Hall of Fame people on the wall. And it was like, Bob Hope or like all these, not a lot of, no diversity. There wasn't a lot of women on there. And I just realized in that moment, like, I need to be on that wall. Because it's not only for us when you get something, it's what it represents also to other people. And so that changed.
Because we're not going to be here long.
And then there's that. We could talk about I got a conversation for you about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so in that moment, I was like, you know what? Me accepting the award is not just about me. It's about what I represent. It's about what I represent. It's about the people that, and it's, and so I do. Now I've learned now. And the Hall of Fame was the first real moment where I was like, this is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, and when people say it, this is Angie Martinez from the Radio Hall of Fame, I'm like, that sounds cool. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Never analyze your blessings.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're not going to be here soon. I mean, forever.
No.
None of us are here forever.
Your legacy's going to last forever.
Listen. In some aspects you are because you accepted that award. It's immortality.
Is it though?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Think about all the dope people that we know that have passed.
Yeah.
And they get like 2 or 3 weeks on Instagram.
Yeah.
Of, I love this person, I miss this person was great. And then it's like and life goes on.
Life has to go on.
Of course it does.
For us to prosper.
So, I don't know. I think about that a lot. Like, what is the purpose of us being here? What
Really?
Of course, I think about that a lot. I just
what's the purpose?
I just launched a whole podcast about it.
For you to inspire people to be on that fucking wall too.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
No,
it's a dope thing, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I am totally
that's
grateful.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to be grateful because we don't have the. I don't know. We don't. Some people don't believe they deserve it. What is that called? Survivor's guilt.
Oh, yeah, survivor's guilt? You think they're, okay.
Maybe.
I just think it's like humbleness, right? Like,
nah, humbleness is not taking yourself serious. You can be a jerk and be humble, but just the fact of your own self-reflection, what you think about yourself. Now I think I deserve everything. I haven't been given enough.
Talk your shit, Mike.
No, really. But before I thought, I thought that was humbleness too, but that was stupidity.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Ain't nothing wrong with being humble, though. Like,
I know, but we're not born to be humble. We're born to be humbled. That's the only purpose. You think we want to be humble? Human beings don't want to be humble.
You think humble is the same thing as, or not being humble is the same thing as, like, ego? Because, like, I don't know,
we're nothing compared to our ego. Somebody tells you handle your ego is not your friend and all that stuff. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about your ego right now? What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Put it in check when it needs to be in check.
Or you gonna put them on, what are you gonna do, man? You gonna ground them?
Yes, sit my ass down. If I do something whack, and it's based because of my ego. If I do something and I'm like, yo, that was whack, I did that. I have to check myself.
Oh, so you gonna blame your ego because of your fault?
But my ego would be my fault. It would be me.
See, now that's you.
Your ego is a whole different person. It's like a whole different.
My ego told me this. I gave you everything you asked for, and you gonna believe those people? They're gonna tell you this, and you gonna say, "Fuck me now." I gave you everything you asked for. Well, behind closed doors, when you don't show your ego.
You have a different type of life, and you've had different type. You can't get in the ring with somebody the way you have all those years without some type of
Well, you can't
ego.
You can't get in front of a mic sometimes when you're in a crowd of 200,000 people and stuff, unless you have an ego. That's why I'm the voice in New York. My voice is the best fucking voice New York ever encountered.
Talk that shit, Mike.
No, that is inside of you. You talk it.
I want to. I really do. It's inside me.
It's inside you.
It really is inside me.
Ain't no Latin bitch ever did no shit you did.
Please talk all that shit.
Don't let me start
talk
this
all that
stuff.
shit, Mike.
Nah, I don't want to do this to myself. I don't want women leave. You saying bitches.
I often wish I had a hype person. I don't have.
No, hey, listen. Everyone has a hype person.
I need one. I would love to have Mike Tyson to be my personal hype man.
Best hype man of all time, I'm telling you.
Hype man of all time.
Our next partner has a product I use literally every day. I started taking AG1 because I hated taking pills and vitamins and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great.
It doesn't taste fucking super healthy or anything, but it's got a mild feeling when it goes down. I look forward to taking it every morning. It has really a tropical taste.
So what's this stuff? With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. What do you think about that?
I think it's lifestyle friendly and something I would like to participate in, and people who I love to participate with me, yeah. No matter if you eat vegan, paleo, dairy-free, gluten-free.
It costs less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit.
Oh, that's some cold shit.
You know, usually, every time I wake up, I gotta take like 6 pills, right? And by the end of the week or by the end of 2 weeks, I gotta go restock on them. Like, they get really expensive. How do you feel about that?
Well, it sounds like AG1 is a great alternative for you, though.
You're right.
For every purchase, we donate to the organization helping to get nutritional food to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the U.S.
Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health.
To make it easy, Athletic Green is going to give you a free year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free traveling packs, too. With your first purchase, all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/hotboxing.
Again, that's athleticgreens.com/hotboxing to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
No, but I'm proud of I'm humble because I know that it takes a lot, but I'm proud. I know my worth. I definitely am proud of my accomplishments.
But sometimes don't you sit around, I'm talking about, forget this, I'm talking about in the room by yourself, eating some popcorn, just chilling out, looking at television, and you say, wow, I've came a long way, right?
Yes.
Think of my mom, my grandmoms.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I eat popcorn while I'm doing
whatever
it.
you
know
doing.
What I'm saying? Like
maybe
a red glass of red.
You get that moment. Ooh, who the fuck
Hennessy.
am I? Little Hennessy.
little
I do it
on the rocks. On the rocks are straight.
I do with a little bit of ginger ale.
A little ginger ale, okay.
A little lighten it up a little bit.
I used to drink all that stuff, and I used to drink everything.
I don't know for sure, but you on brown liquor to me, I don't know.
Oh, man. Every time I drink, I'm so allergic to it. Every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs. I'm always arrested.
So that's why. Is that why you only do the shrooms and smoke?
Oh, yeah, that's only shrooms, man.
I'm so scared. I'm fascinated by this because I hear people talking about it, but I'm too scared. Yeah, I'm too scared. I'm a scared cat, that type of shit.
No, you're not scared. You're not scared.
I am.
Yeah, because it's in us all. You think God will make something to hurt you?
I don't think he makes things to intentionally hurt people.
No, God made everything that happens been written already. What you scared about? Everything that's happened been written. If you're gonna die, it's been written.
So you're not scared of nothing?
I'm not saying I'm not scared of anything, but I don't clean the life.
What is Mike Tyson scared of?
My wife.
Yeah, Kiki.
Smart man right there.
But am I afraid of death? Not a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know I just launched this podcast and my first episode is called We're All Gonna Die.
Yeah.
And I talked to Lauren London about the fact that she just went through this trauma and, you know, and she watched Nipsey transition and how she talked to her kids about that. And she's, you know, she's doing great. But it was she's not afraid of death either. She's like, went to seminars
that's what
about
they say. Well, if you have to go to seminars, that means you have a little apprehension.
When she was younger, she did. When she was younger, she did. She was interested to know, like, how to handle it.
I just think life is just a beautiful process of dying. And we should never be afraid of life because God put us in this place not to be afraid. There's no such thing as suffering, only self-suffering. Only people cause that among themselves. And I just think the world is beautiful to do what you want. We don't know how old, we don't know nothing about ourselves. People said we're 365 days a year, we're 1 year old. We know nothing about ourselves, not much of anything. But we claim that we do, and we're philosophers, and we got these papers, but we know nothing about us, who we are as human beings. That we just, who's my 2 million year old grandmother? We don't know nothing. Who are you? No, but really, who are we? You don't know nothing about me. That's death, not knowing nothing.
You don't know nothing. You know things about yourself.
No, what do I know? The only thing I know is what someone told me, or taught me in books, to explain to me. Not knowing that it's truth, and even following those methods, I became successful, but not meaning that they're true for what they meant. Other people heard those words, and they weren't successful as you. They heard the same words you heard,
but don't you learn some things just from feeling or from experience or from... You must have learned some shit because you managed to keep a wife and a family and keep a... You know
well,
some things.
In order for me to be able to do that stuff, I had to lose so much. Right? And even more concerned, not concerned, but more comforting, I lost it with her. 13 years.
Well, I think that's probably just the beautiful thing of life, right? It's about kind of like give and take. It's kind of like a process.
Life is about dying before you die.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
Yes, it is.
But I would tell you this crazy story. That's because like I said, I just launched this podcast, and one of the moments that I had that made me want to do it is because I watched my grandmother die. Right? So not too long ago, a couple years, I went to the hospital. Have you ever been in a hospital with somebody?
I saw my friend last week take his last breath. Yeah.
Was that the first time for you?
Well, legally, yeah.
Oh my God, Mike. Let me just talk about my grandmother for a second.
Let's go back to your grandmother.
Anyway, so my grandmother used to always be a stressed out lady. Like if I told her I was coming into her house at 5 and then I call like, you know what, I'm gonna come at 8. She'd be like, oh yeah, everything stressed out. And I used to be like, calm down. Like her face was always like, she always had them wrinkles right here. I used to go like this and spread it for her. And then when she died, I was sitting in the hospital looking at her. She freshly just died. She looked 20 years younger. Her skin, her muscles, she looked so peaceful.
Do you understand that process?
And so then I said I was looking at my grandmother and I thought to myself, I don't want to die to find that type of peace. I want to find that type of peace while I'm here.
Wow.
Like that's my new goal in life. I don't know if I'll get it or find it, but it's my new goal in life.
To find peace.
To find that type of peace that I'm looking at my grandmother. She finally got it. This little poor stressed out lady.
Suppose you can't find it unless you go through that period. How about that?
I hope not.
No, see, in your mind, you say you're going to find it, so you're going to find it, because that's what you believe. But if you believe that you're only going to find it when you hit that position, that's good too. It's all about what you believe, and that's who you are, what you believe.
I believe even if I don't find it all the way, that there are improvements that could be made to a more kind of like peaceful life while I'm here.
You're gonna know just as much about life when you died than you did when you were born.
Well, what do you think happens when you die?
When we die?
Yeah.
I believe we thought that's the moment we're born.
But what happens? So what do you, like, what do you see?
Your soul, like, what do you...
What do you think your soul is? That's just what the soul weighed, 2.3 grams. They took researches where they would weigh people right before they die. And I believe it's 2.1 gram. Every time, that's everyone. They're 2.1 grams lighter. And they were they were equivalent to a soul, but you can't equivalent.
But it's something
soul.
you read. You don't know if it's true.
I don't know if it's true. It sounds good.
But in your mind, in your Mike mind, like, are you smoking weed? Are you like somewhere floating in a cloud? Like, you don't know, right?
I said we're not gonna know much about death as we do about life. What do we know about life?
It goes back to that.
Yeah.
We don't know shit.
Yeah.
It's
all experience, all about experience.
Nobody knows shit.
No one knows.
There's a certain confidence that comes with being properly groomed. There's an aura, a vibe. You can just tell by the way they carry themselves. We call that BGE, Big Groomed Energy. And there's only one way to get that BGE, Manscaped.
We'd like to introduce you to the best and biggest ultimate hygiene bundle yet, the Platinum Package 4.0.
Yes, sir.
Manscaped is the leader in below-the-waist grooming. Now trust them with the rest.
Manscaped's brand new Platinum Package 4.0 is the biggest bundle they've ever offered, giving you a bulk discount on Manscaped's top products.
The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with elite product.
Inside this Platinum Package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Ultra Premium body wash, Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner, Ultra Premium deodorant, Crop Preserve anti-chafing ball deodorant, Crop Reviver ball spray toner, and anti-chafing boxers. And you can't forget about the Shed travel bag to hold your goods while traveling.
The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and weed whacker, nose and ear hair trimmer featuring proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and hold. Both are waterproof so you can shave with less mess.
In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium body wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh.
Don't forget to apply the aluminum-free Ultra Premium deodorant for that cologne quality scent on the go. But it's not just your piss that stink. Your balls can stink too.
No one wants no stinky balls, so thankfully their Crop Preserver, ball deodorant, and Crop Reviver ball toner can solve this problem for you. Once they touch your sack, you'll never go back, brother.
Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Platinum Package 4.0, the Manscaped boxes and the Shed travel pack. Bring your comfort and boxes to another level.
The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all bases from trimming to showering to leaving the gym smelling nice. This is the best bang for your buck.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Hotboxin at manscaped.com.
Again, that's 20% off with the free shipping at manscaped.com and use code HOTBOXIN. Unlock your big groomed energy with Manscaped. And remember, when you trim the hedges, the tree stands taller.
Anyway,
what?
I don't know.
No, that's your show. You should know more. Answer more questions.
I do know more. You want me to interview? I'll take this whole shit over.
Yeah, come on.
I will take this whole shit over
Come
right
on,
now.
let's do it.
Well, what made you want to do this podcast in the first place? I know it's been going for a while. But
listen, from the beginning, I didn't want to do it at all. Somebody else thought it'd be profitable to do it.
You did it for money. It's okay.
No, I didn't do it. They did it for money. I had no idea they were getting money doing this. This was just me just getting off cocaine binges and stuff. And I said, yeah, you want me to do a podcast? And for some reason, they thought it was people that seen the podcast, so it was good.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm on cocaine doing the podcast, crazy, drunk, and they thought it was cool. And so,
oh my God.
I did this, what is the animal medicine process? I smoked a toad, and the toad was so interesting because I felt so much from a God perspective. It's called a God molecule. And it changed my whole perspective. I was 300 pounds. I lost 100 pounds. I fought a nigga. I broke rackets. Weird shit has been happening to me and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I just stayed with that.
Anything,
anything, yeah.
Is there anything?
My wife says the same thing. My wife says the same. She said, man, I really respect you, Daddy, because you're not afraid. I said, you're afraid to do this stuff, baby? Come on. I understand the process of dying.
Yeah.
And when you take the toad, you go through that process. And when you come back from that, I guess, the closest process you've been with dying, you realize that you start crying because this is a downer.
Life is a downer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mike.
You ain't feel that before,
That was dark. You just went deep dark on me.
That was different.
That was different. Wow. You seem
First thing you do,
seem
let me hit
very
it again, let me hit it again. You don't want to feel this. This is, nasty stuff.
You do seem more free than I've ever seen you from the outside. I haven't been inside your life, but just from the outside watching you and stuff. And you seem like you were in a bee costume dancing around comfortably, and it was amazing.
I don't take myself serious.
Yeah.
And when I was a little kid in my teens and my 20s doing what I had to do to be champion, I took myself too serious. Mm-hmm. And I forgot when I retired, they had to stop there. And I just had to learn from my life lessons. But I never stopped fighting.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
What?
Death.
Never stop.
Death. That's not about fighting, about Elisa.
Oh, no.
Oh, way to go, Mike.
Hey.
Get your phone.
My phone's not weighted over here.
Do you like doing this podcast? Like, is this fun for you?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's a weird form of power. You know, you can talk your shit, nobody can say nothing back to you. They try to cancel you, and I say, no, fuck you, I cancel you. It's like a foreign sense of security. I can talk about anybody. They better not fuck me. I got armed guards here, fuck you, and this and that. Yeah, it's like being on stage. But it's all about God, you know, God making the jokes out of us. You know, we're his idiots.
We're God's idiots?
Mm-hmm. I'd rather be his idiot than just be one of his children.
Well, he clearly loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to give me more time than the rest.
So, Angie, who are some of your favorite interviews or most memorable interviews that you've had?
Shit, that's so hard.
You interviewed a lot of motherfuckers.
Because I'm talking about thousands and thousands.
I'm talking about when the first stuff before rap ever thought about being interviewed.
No, that's really what you said is real because a lot of people don't get that. It's like
listen, no,
when I started,
didn't know how to talk.
Yeah.
No, rappers weren't doing. They weren't. They might do like you might see like a 2-minute or 30-second on like a rap. Like a MTV special or like some of the local, like, you know, Ralph McDaniels, like those type of shows, like local cable shows.
Yeah, at the beginning stages.
But long form interviews, it really wasn't a thing.
These guys are college graduates. These guys got Emmys and all this shit. These guys never seen the streets in their life, and this is what rap did.
Yeah.
This is what rap did to the world.
Yeah.
Everybody could be a part of it. Not just the motherfucking gangsters. They just made this is what gangsters own rap music. Mm-hmm. And it's everybody. The intellects have it. Everyone has it. It
belongs to everyone now.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me sad, and I'm also happy.
Because that's when you hit the fact that it's not ours no more.
It really, no.
You know, but we had the pride when everybody thought it was ours. Not ours no more.
It kind of
everybody.
is. I'm still holding on.
No, that's in our heart. We want to believe that.
In my heart it is. I'm still holding on
I do too.
Bit.
I do too.
I still hold on a little bit. But yes, it's the world.
It just became bigger than us. You're like, wow, I remember when it first started, everybody hated this stuff.
But when I first started, I'm doing interviews we were like the first commercial hip-hop radio station in New York at the time. So me doing these interviews was like, you know, I'm talking to like Group Home and Mobb Deep and, you know, local, everybody was in New York. All the artists, you know, Wu-Tang was coming up and then eventually, you know, the next generation was Jay and all those people were coming up. But
you see how the styles changed, what people think about, their goals.
Everything changed.
Everything.
I think people were doing it just to do it, just to have like an outlet. Nobody was chasing $1 million at the beginning because we didn't even know $1 million.
They were still hustling. They were still hustling.
We also didn't really understand how big it could be at that time. It's like people did it for the love, which made it ours and it made it special to us. And we, you know, Then when the money and the big business and all that shit, everything started changing, agendas started changing. It changed a lot. You know, hip-hop's 50 years old. It should change. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Where were you the first time you heard rappers to like?
Oh, I was in my grandmother, same woman. I was in her apartment in Washington Heights. My aunts were having a house party. I was supposed to be asleep.
Yeah, I was in Spofford.
You were?
Yeah, when we heard it come out, we were listening to what the fuck is that? Holy
And how old were you? You had to be like...
11. It was 29, 11, or 12.
Oh, yeah.
Just 12, just turning 13, probably.
I would have loved to know that, Mike.
I was a scared little boy.
I know, but I would have liked to know him.
Just a scared little boy with a lot of jewelry, thinking I'm somebody.
Badass.
Snatching other people's jewelry and stuff, had my sheepskins and stuff. You're a secure little kid. Oh, God.
12-year-old Mike. That's pretty cool.
Always knew that I was going to be this guy, though.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, I was young, yeah. When my friends, all my friends were dying around me, they knew. They knew, too.
You know, I have this, like, category of people. I was just thinking about this the other day. There's, like, people that are just, there's only one of them in the world. It's like, you are one of those, like, there's only one Mike. It's like, there's only one Bobby Brown. There's only one DMX. There are certain people that hit the planet that are, it's like, you have demons and things you battle, but you're also free, and you also, people just love you no matter what you do. It's crazy.
Because they're authentically themselves.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
I don't know. I think we do what people hide.
You do what people hide, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
We're going to die anyway. And we care what people think about us after we die.
I would not think that about you guys.
What?
That you care what people think about you.
Not while we die. Who does?
Oh, when you die, right?
Yeah, no one cares about you and after you die. You know, it's just about how you feel about dying. That's the only freedom you have. You know, your own death, how you prepare your own death. Other than that, like if you're doing life and have, you gotta go to the electric chair, you can't even control your own destiny. I think just dying controls your destiny. And I believe dying, the way a person dies, the way a person lives his life.
So they live a wild life, they die wildly. If they live a peaceful life, they'll die peacefully.
And not necessarily the wildness, it's just another characteristic that's very small. You don't see it, but you think it's the wildness. Maybe it's him liking people too easy, lowering down his guard, or maybe it's unprotected sex. Just things you'd never think about.
Yeah. I never thought about it that way.
You just be sitting in the house thinking about all this stuff.
Smoking tree, thinking about that shit.
Listen, if I take some mushrooms, because I told my wife I was going to stop doing it. And so I started taking mushrooms, and for a moment you'd think, oh, God, I'm God, and these people are just here for my entertainment. And then I run, baby, I took some more. I'm sorry, I told you I took that. When your head start going like that, you're God. Yeah, I got that. Let me get the fuck out of here. And it puts you in that situation. It makes you feel the surroundings cool.
Yeah.
You have no fear of having like a bad trip or like a
Of course I have
or
fear.
doing something that you can't take back while you're under the.
Fear. Of course I have fear.
So you don't care about fear, right? You just do
but
it
fear has to be your friend. You know, if you allow a friend to be your enemy, that's the biggest enemy in the world. I think everybody's born for a certain reason. Now, this conversation, this interview, this happened, you know, it was written already. Let's find out some more shit about you, too.
For me? What do you want to know?
Yeah. So
what do you think about dying? Why does dying freak you out a little bit?
It doesn't freak me out. Yeah. It doesn't freak me out. I don't want to do it. I want to have a long, full life. I pray for that, for me, for my family. But also, I think about well, the thing happened with my grandmother. Also, I was in a horrible car accident about 2.5 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I'm fine. I got a little cage in my spine. But otherwise,
do too.
Oh, you do?
I have a cage in my spine.
What are you missing back there? I have no L1.
What happened to my spine?
They're gone? Are they gone or they just messed up? Oh, yeah. Oh, I have one missing. Yeah, that's crazy. Look it up. Look how much we have in common.
And look, but we still kicking.
We still kicking ass. That's what I'm saying. So it didn't, still but it just reminds you, like, shit ain't forever. And then we lost mad people in the past couple of years. And so I just start looking at, like, all this loss and thinking, all right, what am I chasing? What do I really give a shit about? Why am I here? The past 3 years. And then, you know, when you have an accident or you have something and you're forced to sit down, you know, I'm somebody who's
Listen,
moving,
I had
busy.
to get my neck, what was the operation I had to do on my neck, mama? Oh, man, I was so bad. When I came to the barbershop, people saw me with that cage. Everybody, it just killed the mood. People were happy. Hey, man, they saw me at the cage.
Nobody wants to party around the cage.
So, oh, Mike fucked up. They thought I was dying.
That's bad.
They thought I had
disrespectful.
cancer. You know, I had a neck operation. They thought I had cancer. They were like, wow, Mike, fuck.
Fucked up the whole vibe.
No, that's real, though. I mean,
Anyway, so all those things make me feel like, okay, let me just look at it. Let me not be afraid to look. Like, because the truth is, every single one of us is limited time here. We all have limited time. We all have an expiration date. We don't know if it's tomorrow, next year, 10 years. I hope for me, 40, 50 years, who knows?
No, you're right.
But we have to be aware of it. We don't ever look at it, right? And if we're aware of it, we make better decisions while we're here. We don't waste the life that we're here. Because if we forget we're going to go, right? Then we're doing dumb shit, chasing shit. Oh, I gotta get that thing. Oh, they have that, I need that. But does any of that really matter? If you realize this is the one shot I got at this. This is my one time here. How do I, so that, having a lot of those thoughts and that changing who I am a little bit at this time in my life made me feel like I wanna have these type of conversations with people. And so then the In Real Life podcast happened, and you know, I thought Lauren was the perfect first guest because I can't imagine the trauma. You know, I mean, everybody loses people they love, but I don't know, everybody felt, you know, we all love Nipsey Hussle, right?
Yeah.
We all love Nip. Watching her go through that.
I agree.
And she's so dope, and she's figured out a lot of things, and she has interesting concepts about love and relationships and death, and, you know.
Well, my opinion about that, I think love is everything. I think this is love. Everything. I think everything
Is love?
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
me smoking the joint. Oh, that's love.
love.
And that's my attraction for my love.
What about the wet cashews?
Oh, that's love too.
Okay.
It's just accident, but that's love too.
accidental
Everything
love.
is love.
Yeah,
I love
everything's
that.
love.
See, that's a beautiful way to live your life. Like,
Everything's
you
love.
get to live the rest of your life with all that love in you. Somebody who doesn't think about that might not come, you know, they might not
know
find
what else
that.
is love to me?
What?
We're at war. He has a gun. I have his bag. He has my bag. She has her bag. Love.
Yeah. Oh, Mike. That's cute.
It is what it is.
She would say, we were talking about, in the episode we did with Lauren, we were talking about how love, relationships, a lot of relationships are ego-based.
Ooh, no way. Criteria-based.
I gotta go into that.
Criteria-based?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the same criteria. That's my belief. If we don't have the same criteria, we have nothing to talk
No,
about.
she meant it in a bad way, like it shouldn't be. But most
what?
people get into a relationship and it becomes about ego. Like, I love you, so you gotta, I gotta possess, I gotta have you, you're mine.
Well, no, that's not. That's
How
not,
does it
that's
make
not
me
ego.
feel?
That's not ego. That's somebody that wants a slave other than a wife. You have to really say, hey, what do you want to get married for? What's my position? You know, you have to have conversations.
Yeah, but don't you think a lot of times you want somebody that fills you for yourself? Like if you take you out of the equation, or Kiki, like when you meet someone, what do they do for you? How do they make you feel?
Yes.
How do they serve my life?
Exactly.
That's a little.
And they could be 300 pounds, or they could be 16 pounds.
It doesn't matter. But isn't that about ego? That's like possessing someone. That's not just letting
it's
somebody.
not about ego. It's about lack of self-love and insecurity.
Okay, and trying to have somebody fill that up for you.
No, he fills them up by him believing he's special, that she's beneath him.
So she'll do that for you.
No, I'm not saying I'm doing nothing. Me and my wife work as a team, but I'm just saying some people, because I was that guy before, you know, we allow our masculinity to get caught up in a woman. And then you have problems because you believe that you own her. She no longer can have a conversation with nobody. She can no longer make a business deal with this fucking guy right here.
Fuck that guy.
What I mean? Our kids are gonna starve to death because she can't fucking talk to whatever nigga that was here. She can't go behind the talk and talk to a guy about a fucking business plan.
And that's not ego?
Huh?
That's not ego?
That's insecurity.
Okay.
No, ego it expels you to great things, ego. Ego don't fight nobody over some bullshit. That's control. My ego's not gonna fight my wife over a man. My ego's not gonna do that. My ego's gonna.
It might for some men.
You don't think your ego will do that, Mike?
I think some men definitely.
Can you explain why? I'm just curious. I would think that ego would be a thing that could stop that.
That's not your ego. That would have to be my natural instincts. Your ego wants you to suffer. Your ego wants you to say, fuck that bitch, you got billions of bitches.
Oh my God.
That's the ego. You want to deal with the ego. You want to deal with the ego. That's the ego say. My instinct says that someone has to die.
No, that's not okay, Mike.
No, that's okay in my way of my thinking of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. My ego is nothing compared to
I
my
never
real
realized
self.
it's such a...
Yeah.
You are a fascinating human.
No, I'm the real deal.
No, I know. I'm
the
clear.
real deal, sister.
He keeps it a $150 at all times.
At all times.
My wife is my life.
You picked good. She's a great one. I don't,
Nah, she's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
No, she's
Yo, you
one.
married?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You met around there. We did dinner.
Yes,
Remember we went to Philippe's, me, you, and Kiki.
Forget shit, do a lot of drugs.
But that was like many years ago.
Shit.
We had that was a classic double date night.
How was it? Talk
It was
about
fantastic.
it.
It's me and Arande, and then Mike and Kiki, and we're at Philippe's, and we're sitting at a table that's not hidden. It's not a private room. We're like in the middle of the restaurant. And Kiki's sitting at the end, and Mike's sitting here, and everybody wants to say hi to Mike. Mike is like, you can't go anywhere with Mike. Nah. He's not the normal celebrity where people go, oh, that's such and such, and they keep it going. People say Mike, and they want to talk to you. They want to tell you that, like, you don't blend in a room. Like, everybody wants anyway, so people are like leaning over Kiki to try to say hi to Mike, and she was very gracious most of the time and very nice. There were a couple of ladies that came over. And I'm looking at her, she's looking at me like, is this okay? I don't know.
Listen, this is before we go out now, Mike, please don't let these ladies hug you and stuff. Mike, please be nice. Please keep your hands to yourself. Please talk nice to people. We go through the whole thing before we come out.
There's a lot that comes with this life.
Oh, yes.
But it was fun. We had a good time.
Yes, it is.
We ate good. And it was fun. We had a good time. I love Kiki and and Mike's Mike. So it was a fun night.
So what made
And Arande's from Brooklyn too, so he immediately off top got love for you.
What does he think about you going to the second part of your podcast? Because when you talk about the death, that's pretty much
that's just
the mystic.
That's just a couple of the episodes. The podcast is called In Real Life. So it's just real life shit that we think about, talk about. It's Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast. And so the first couple of episodes are about that. But then it goes into other shit.
How about relationships?
Yeah, relationships, parenting, all types of stuff. I'll save some of this for my podcast, but I had I just recently found a father that I thought was dead, who is not.
Those are the best ones.
In fact, not dead.
How you feel about that?
At first, I felt fascinated and interested, and I never felt anger towards him because he was a drug addict, right? He was a heroin addict, and so I haven't seen him since I was 10 years old. We thought he died. Didn't die. He healed, recovered, has a whole new family. And so for a long time, I was like, oh, he was just a drug addict. He had troubles. I gave him that. I wasn't angry. My fucking father left. I didn't have that anger. I just had sympathy for his condition. But when I found out he was alive, I was like, good. I'm like, good for him. He made it. He survived. He looks good. He looks fit. He's on a boat in some of these pictures I found. I'm like, wow, this guy has a life.
And he's half of me.
Half of me. I'm gonna tell you the twist to this story, though, Mike. And I am gonna do a whole episode on it, but then I have the accident. I'm gonna reach out. We're gonna make contact. We're gonna, Then I have the accident, and I'm like, I ain't ready to do nothing right now. So I sat down for a couple of years, let it sit. Then when I'm going to get the Radio Hall of Fame, I have to fly to town. He lives 20 minutes away from where the Radio Hall of Fame is.
Oh, it's meant to
So I think I'm gonna go get my award. I'm gonna go have Starbucks with this man, and he's gonna tell me all the things that I didn't know happened, and we're gonna have this moment. So we called, and he wasn't feeling well and wanted to call back when he was feeling better, and told his wife that, I may have a daughter, I'm not sure. That man knows he had a daughter. I was in his life, he was 10 years old. And never called back. Never heard from him again.
Some people can't face themselves.
Some people can't face it. But then all of a sudden, Mike, I was like, I went from like this compassionate, like that was the first time I had anger, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first time I felt any anger
I never
about
felt that way about my parents. I just knew this is my life.
What do you mean?
Like my parents weren't together. I thought that's how it was. A woman they're not supposed to have a husband. Most of my friends didn't have fathers either. Unless their father lived and went away and stuff.
But what did you think about that? Did you ever?
I thought that was life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought anything else about it. I was just a mama's boy. And that's,
Me too. I was raised single mother in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I was fine. I didn't feel anything. I missed anything. I didn't think. But it was just more like, you know, you think you think you know your life in your head, and then one day you're like a grown ass woman, and you're like, oh shit, that's not what happened to my life, and that man is not what I thought he was.
Yeah.
You can't live your life and examine the world simultaneously. You know,
anyway,
as it goes on.
It goes on. I'm fine.
Yeah, it's been written already.
But it definitely shifted. Like if I knew how to fight, I might have went I might have went hit a punching bag after that conversation a little bit. If I had hands, that might have been the outlet I chose.
That's just, you know, in life, the older we get, the closer we get to our parents, our mother and father. It would be there longer than our kids would be closer to us. It's just, that's who we are in life. We die and God creates. And that's just it.
You really thinking about this, I see.
No, I examined it. I don't think about it. I examine it.
Yeah.
I know when I go, I'm going to go with dignity. That's what life is all about. Oh, God, I don't want to die now. And that's not what it's about. He's fighting all this beautiful pleasure that he's about to see.
That's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah, because the only thing reason you don't want to die because you missed this. This is what you would miss. We talk about this, we say this is bullshit, but we would miss, this is what you're going to miss. So if you die, this is what you're not going to see no more. People.
Nah.
People.
Oh, people. Yeah. I would miss the people, my people. That would be what I would miss, is my people, yeah.
But when I was under that, told, you don't listen.
What is this? Tell me what this is. You smoke it?
Yes, you do smoke it.
I didn't even know you smoked that.
Yes, you do. And it has a close connection with God. Once you inhale it, you hold it for like 10 seconds. And my wife could explain it to you. She's done it quite a few times. Anything that improves me, I give to my family. So that helped me. So I gave it to my family, my daughter, my son for some reason. Last week said, hey, when am I going to try the toad? Because I give it to everyone I love.
Is it like a small dose, like a micro dose, or it's like a real dose?
You can microdose, but I take the full blast.
Yeah.
Because I want to experience God's presence.
What's the wildest shit that ever happened?
For me, is to watch some shit. Well, it really wasn't that wild because I think a friend of ours tried it, and then after he tried it, his girlfriend tried it, and she just got up running and screaming. It was almost like a church revival kind of thing, but it was a good thing. It was positive energy. You know, and no, listen, we laugh, but that
I would love to see it. I want to just witness.
It's nothing funny. It's just really a spiritual moment.
Really?
And everyone loves each other.
Don't you need a shaman? Yeah, you need someone with you, right?
Yes, we always have a shaman. We always have a shaman.
And that's supposed to like protect you from.
I don't know. It's just that
he guides the experience.
Yes. But it all comes down to you and your relationship with the universe.
I saw Will Smith talk about this recently.
Really? Tell me about that.
I saw Will Smith talking about this, saying that, it was kind of weird. We're going to go back to death. He was saying that he was worried about Willow and screaming and the shaman and all these
worried about your family.
You worry about your family, and Willow was screaming, and this was happening, all this stuff, and he couldn't control it, and the shaman told him, just
go.
Relax.
It takes you.
It's okay.
Yeah, go
And he said when he came out of it, what he realized is that he's going to be fine no matter what happens in his life. No death, no tragedy, anything could happen in his life and he would be fine because it was almost he had experienced it. This is what I got from his, I don't want to speak for Will Smith. I'm not the Will Smith spokesperson in any way. But it was an interview, I saw him say that and I thought it was interesting.
I could believe that.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So then he had less fear of, was it Letterman? Maybe it was the David Letterman interview. I saw that.
Listen, the first book ever written in life, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, half man, half God.
And it was just based on being afraid to die. The first book ever. It was just being afraid to die, and that's everybody's fear.
Yeah. But wasn't Gilgamesh half man, half God?
Half man, half God.
Yeah.
But he can die.
But he did end up, yeah.
He could die, but it's okay. At first he went crazy about it, but he accepted it.
So since we're on this topic, obviously I read that you had, you had the last interview with Pop Smoke before he passed. What do you think with, obviously, Nipsey, Pop, just in general in the industry with that? Like, what are your thoughts with that, and how can we probably help with that,
I mean, you let Mike tell it. It's everybody's time is when everybody's time comes. But that was tragic and unfortunate, because when we talk about people who, like, sometimes I sit across from somebody and I'd be like, oh, this person's a star. I could feel that. You feel energy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was my first interview back after I had this car accident. I wasn't really doing interviews yet. They were like, Pop Smoke wants to come up. And I was like, I'll show up for that. I still have my back brace. I'm still fucked up. Like, but I went, and I'm so grateful I did, because we had this amazing conversation that now is part of his history and his legacy, because he has that on the books, and I got to know him, and then he passed, like, right after that, and that shit fucked me up, because I don't know, I just saw so much potential in him, and I liked him. I just liked him. I was like, he's dope. I was rooting for him, and it's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. People don't have respect for life. Somebody took his life like that. But yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad when that happens. There's lots of people I've talked to over the years that are no longer here. It's always sad when you lose somebody that's,
It's going to always be sad.
It's always going to be sad.
Yeah, it's going to always be sad.
But, I was glad to be able to, for myself, selfishly, I was glad that I had that time with him, because I actually liked him. I got to know him. But also, I'm happy to have helped to tell his story.
For sure.
I think that interview got circulated a lot after he passed, and I think I'm grateful to have had, a little hand in helping to tell his story while he was here. And,
how old was he? He was a kid, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was 20.
He's young.
I don't want to say the wrong age.
He's very
young.
young.
20s. Young, 20s, yeah.
My age, he's in the 20s. My age,
I know, terrible, right? Ready to go. So he had all that young Brooklyn, like...
Didn't even know he was alive. 2025.
He was ready to get it all.
He was.
Yeah.
But you have to look at this, what was all? To him, what is all?
Maybe he got it all, clearly, right?
Depends on what is all. And what does all mean?
Yeah.
But now, seeing that potential Pop, how do you, I guess, not compare, but how do you compare the new school with the old school? Like, do you like the up and coming stuff, or are you always kind of?
I like some new shit. I don't like some. Same thing with old shit. I don't like all the old shit.
I listen to only the old school.
You do?
Only play.
Do you really?
Only play 80s and 90s.
So you don't like nothing new?
Oh yes, I do. I like Carly Bay and all those guys.
Oh yeah,
Homegirl from Nicki Minaj, all those rappers.
You like Doja Cat? You told me you think
Doja's dope.
Yeah, she is bomb.
I like Lotto a lot too. Of the girls.
I think girls have more power in the rap industry than they ever had.
Yeah, I'm really happy where the women are right now, because we had a period we was crickets. It was like none of us. It was like a small handful of women, and now it's really like it's starting to really flourish.
So you see, if you
I came up
a rapper like Izzo, right? The Izzo.
Lizzo.
She's paid up the ass.
Yeah, she was paid up the ass. Yeah. But think about back in the day, I came up, we did ladies' night. I'm coming up in a time we had Missy, Kim, Brat, Left Eye. It was just like
It's a whole difference.
And everybody was different.
Lyrics, we're literally throwing hard lyrics. Right now it's all about the beat and how you dress.
There's some girls still spitting lyrics.
Who's spitting lyrics
now? But it took time.
Mulatto?
It took time.
When you listen,
I love Lotto. I think Nikki spits.
There's only around 4 or 5 girls that really spit.
Cardi?
Tweety.
Oh no, Megan.
Tweety, whatever. Megan Thee Stallion, really.
There's
Megan
always...
be talking her shit.
I have my own ladies crew.
Who is your lady? Who's your favorite female rapper of all time?
My favorite of all time?
Yes.
Or rappers.
Or female rapper.
Or
no, female rapper.
Who I'm going to go with, See, I'm an old school guy. I'm gonna go with people like Kim and stuff. I like Kim and Eve and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah, definitely that kind of stuff.
They tough though. They tough.
Foxy don't get enough praise.
Ooh, she was vicious back in the day, right?
Vicious.
Tough.
Yes, for sure.
I just don't see why people take it too personal. Back then, it was really violent when you took it. But rappers now, we should just think about this is the way we can make money. This should just be a game. It's too late to be a gangster.
Like a show, putting on a show.
Yeah, it's too late to be a gangster in this. We already did that. We have to evolve and do some other shit. Let's act like we don't like each other, shoot caps at each other, and make more money or some bush, whatever. I'm just talking crazy. It's all about helping each other, making money together. You know, the fighters don't understand it. They look at it from a personal perspective. Fuck them, they hate them. But no, we're feeding each other's family. If I fight this guy, I'm not going to make that kind of money. I fight this guy, we're going to eat for a long time.
Yeah.
Could you do that?
Do what?
Like, could you fight somebody and then, like, be cool with them?
Now I could.
But when you were fighting, could
I
you?
wasn't smart enough to understand the process of not being that beast all the
Would
time.
you have been as dope of a fighter if you were friendly with somebody you were fighting?
Hell no.
Maybe no. Maybe not. Maybe not. But listen, it's just a smarter move now than when I was fighting.
Yeah.
Fighters are smarter now.
Yeah. I think it's different though, because with football, because I play football. With me, it's kind of like I really can't be like, at least in my perspective, I really can't be friends with the people I'm going against. Like, just because it's such a violent sport. And I feel like the difference between boxing and football is like boxing, y'all are your own entity, so they're getting paid for their own stuff. As in football, it's a team, so like you can't really work together.
Well, I think there's two types of ways people get motivated, right? And so I used to work with Flex for many years. So Funkmaster Flex used to always need an enemy. He needs somebody he could talk shit about.
Was he a Capricorn?
I don't think so, because I'm a Capricorn. So Flex used to need somebody to talk shit about on the radio in order to fire him up. I was like, wow, that really does something for him. It gets him going. Me, if
my mentor is the same way.
If I got bad energy to somebody, it doesn't inspire me. It almost it slows me down. It distracts me from what I need to do. It doesn't fuel me. Like, some people need an enemy to be fueled. Some people get distracted by an enemy. I'm a distracted by an enemy type of person.
Really? No, I don't get distracted.
Really? Me?
I wouldn't ever get distracted.
No, because you needed an enemy. You need an enemy.
No, you don't. You would think that in fighting. That's the whole thing. Fighting is funny. You would think that I hate that guy hate me. And it's not. It's just all about spirits. Who's the smartest? There's nothing personal against the guy. Nothing's personal. Everything's objective.
You weren't always like that, Mike.
No, that's the discipline that I project, that I'm really hating this guy. So everybody come buy tickets. You think I'm really a beast, monster, animal? That's what they pay for. I'm like that way all the time. Some of the time.
Brett, I gotta get gifts for my podcast.
You gotta present. You don't
do that?
I need to, no.
You gotta present.
But I've only done a couple episodes. You should come to be on my podcast.
I would love to be on your podcast.
Will you?
You can get this stuff at hotboxin.com.
Thank you.
Now we gotta do some reading shit.
Hotboxin.store.
Hotboxin. Let's see what size you gave me. Medium. Perfect. Oh, and these are cute colors. Thank you, guys.
Okay. So,
best rapper ever.
Yes, best rapper. Who your top 5? Who your top 5 best rapper ever?
I hate this question. This is a terrible, stupid question. Why do you ask me this? You guys are better than this.
Why is it a crazy question?
You guys are better than this.
Because there's guys that just been successful for 15, 20 years, but this one nigga has this one song that lasts all his lifetime.
That's true.
Yeah, but then also, it changes all the time. Yeah. Like sometimes, I mean, listen, Big J.
Yeah.
I always go like this.
Who your favorites?
During your time, who's the favorite?
If you chill in the crib,
that's what I'm saying. I'm listening to Jay. I'm listening to Big. Those are my favorites. Nas, but then there's times where I'm want to listen to Brand Nubians all weekend.
See, I can't feel that. That's my wife. My wife's I can't get into the Brand Nubians.
I love Brand Nubians. Really? I think they're the most underrated rap group.
They're too intellectual and shit.
Yes. Grand Poop.
They want you to be nice to people.
They're one of the most underrated rap groups of all time, I think. But there's all time.
They're like a Canadian rap group. No matter whatever you do to them, they say sorry. They're really nice intellectual. What you call them?
Are you kidding me?
Afrocentric guys.
Brand Nubians? No way. Brand
What you call
Nubians is
them?
pro-black. All they doing
I
is
know, but
5% and
It's not neo. I know neo sport, neo black. I don't know.
no, you have them. We're gonna sit and listen. You and I.
Yeah,
When you come to my podcast, we're gonna sit and thumb through a Brand Nubian.
Brand Nubians talk about
What are you talking about?
the lady. What's that lady? Miss
No.
Fat Booty. What's her name?
No, that's Most Def. See, you're confusing.
They are the same. Listen, they're
No, it's
confused.
not
Well,
the same. It's not the same.
Guys, I think we're on the time. Christina.
Oh,
That's
my
bullshit,
God.
man.
That's
We gotta get.
bullshit.
No, we gotta
Wait,
get
we have to get
Christina.
this-
Nah, we got
Christina
an
out
argument.
here
You got
trying to
Brand
figure it out.
Nubians confused with Most Def.
Nah, but shit, we talking about who's most deaf down with.
You don't like direction, boy. Mike Tyson do not like.
No, I do like direction.
All right.
I just don't like the way she gives them to me. All right.
All right, so
blame her.
before we even close out,
Yeah.
is there anything you like to say to the people that are watching?
I have so many million
He has over
motherfuckers.
500
So many millions.
subscribers,
What's up, everybody?
millions of viewers.
Well, I have a new podcast. You can check out my podcast too. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
I'm gonna be
Still
on
the
your
radio.
podcast as well.
I'm writing. I got projects coming out, documentaries coming. Just look for all that shit, and I don't know what else.
Did you know Hector Camacho?
I met him. I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
him
don't
well,
know.
but of course I know who he is. Yeah, for sure.
Well, there you have it, folks. This is Hotboxin. That's Mike Tyson,
Of Iowa,
I
the
would-
voice of
listen.
New York.
Angie Martinez. Thank
Angie
you millions.
Martinez
Thank
in
you
the building.
millions.
I would do this. Yeah, Angie, there's millions and hundreds of millions, tens
Hundreds
of
of
millions.
millions, billions of you watching. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. You can follow me. Usually I post everything on my socials, so if you want anything, need to contact anything, go to at Angie Martinez. All right, peace.
Love, guys.